Fat Joe was my brother.
Right.
I do not feel Fat Joe is my brother anymore.
Man, roll the clip. From the mid-90s to 2000, Terror Squad was on a tear with Fat Joe stepping aside to hold the umbrella for the more talented Big Pun. It's February 7th, 2000, and Big Pun was staying at a hotel in White Plains, New York with his wife Liza Rios and his 3 children when he experienced difficulty breathing and collapsed in the hotel room. Unfortunately, the paramedics were unable to revive him. He was only 28 years old and died of heart failure. Pun's passing was a tragic loss for Terror Squad and reportedly left Fat Joe in a deep depression with suddenly a void on the TS roster and uncertainty regarding Fat Joe's musical future. It's 2001, and Murder Inc. has found its signature sound with Ja Rule experiencing success with songs like Between Me and You featuring Christina Milian and Put It On Me featuring Lil Mo, which were released off Rule 336 the previous year. It's December 4th, 2001, and Fat Joe releases his 4th studio album Jealous Ones Still Envy with the song What's Love featuring Ashanti, which became his highest charting single with him as the lead artist at that time. The single featured the same iconic Murder Inc. sound and was produced by Irv Gotti and Chink Santana. It's October 27, 2004, and Ja Rule releases the song New York produced by Cool and Dre. The beat was first offered to Fat Joe, but he turned it down. Jadakiss was interested in the beat, but Ja Rule grabbed it immediately. Irv Gotti came up with the idea to feature both Fat Joe and Jadakiss. This song plays a pivotal role as it started the beef between G-Unit, Terror Squad, and the Lox. It's August 30th, 2012, and Chris Lighty passes away. His death was ruled a suicide. He was just 44 years old. He was mostly known for being a co-founder of Violator Management. He had ties to some of the biggest artists in the industry, including both 50 Cent and Fat Joe. With his passing, 50 Cent and Fat Joe somehow found a way to squash their beef. It's October 9th, 2012. Fat Joe and 50 Cent took the stage together along with Busta Rhymes, Q-Tip, and Missy Elliott to pay homage to the late Chris Lighty.
Chris Lighty, we gonna rep you till we all out of here. If it wasn't for no threats, it wouldn't be no this. Chris Lighty. Put your hands in the air, come on! Put your hands in the air, come on! In the air right now. Put your hands in the air, come on! There wouldn't be no this neither.
Rest in peace, Chris Lane. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah.
Put the fees up. Rest in peace to our brother, Chris Lighty. We love you.
Violator for life. Believe that.
It's August 2018, and Fat Joe does an interview with Vlad TV talking about trying to squash the beef between 50 Cent and Murder Inc. and how Irv Gotti cussed him out for even trying to do something like that, knowing how serious the beef was between them. It's June 2019, and Irv Gotti does an interview with Vlad TV confirming that he was upset with Joe and cussed him out for trying to squash the beef between 50 Cent and Murder Inc., even questioning how could you let someone like 50 into your house and trust him after all he's said and done. It's May 15, 2020. And Ashanti and Fat Joe are on live talking about her ass.
Yo, Ashanti, will you believe I never looked at your ass?
I don't know. You never looked at my ass, Joe? At the video?
I've been in so many places with your ass out and never looked at your ass. For one, I never looked at your ass.
Not even at the video?
You just see me looking at your ass. Just to looking at your ass. Murder Inc. niggas looking at your ass. I'm like, and every time I perform with you, it's from neck up.
Joe.
It's September 14th, 2021, and Fat Joe and Ja Rule face off at Versus with the consensus being Joe lost. Things got heated and disrespectful when Joe referred to Lil Mo and Vita as being dusty bitches from the crack house.
I do this shit by my motherfucking self. Really? Every fucking song got a feature, Ja. Hold up, Craig. I didn't see nobody come. Y'all seen somebody come out here with me? Oh, them I've been either. You gotta go to the crack house to find them bitches. Hold up, but let me tell you something, Craig. I heard you say something about I ain't had a hit or please I ain't made no records in 10 records or whatever. Let me just clarify this, right? Crack, you've been making records before me, and you're making records after me, and you still have not caught me, nigga. But yo, I'm shocked at you. I'm shocked that you being so disrespectful to the ladies, Crack.
They need to eat something.
I'm shocked at you calling the ladies all kinds of bitches. I'm shocked at you. I'm shocked that you show a little respect. Because you know what? I just want to give the ladies some thug loving. You understand?
It's August 6, 2022, and Irv Gotti and Ja Rule appear on Drink Champs, and the interview goes viral for Irv talking about Ashanti and how they used to be lovers. But the part people seem to miss is that he took some shots at Fat Joe.
Like, no disrespect to Fat Joe, right? But I knew what was gonna happen. Right. It's but so many records, right? It's but so many records you're gonna do. This nigga's gonna go the whole time. And let me tell you something. The conversations me and Rule was ready for whatever. Right. Thank God Joe didn't go there.
But let's just be clear.
Thank God. Let's be clear. I'm telling you, thank God.
But let's be clear, because it almost felt like
people don't know. Rule. We made all of these. This nigga is a battle rapper.
Right.
This is the shit that I don't even talk about it no more. Like, this nigga gets busy, and I know he's my brother. No, this nigga is a savage.
It's August 7, 2022. And Fat Joe goes live on Instagram and calls Irv Gotti a sucker.
Yo, man, I did Drink Champs with Irv. You see what he said? I said, yeah, man. Irv Gotti is a sucker, man. He a sucker. And so, my thing is, versus is versus. Whoever won, lost. How long ago was that? How many millions ago was the versus? That's what I want to know. How many M's ago? And I'm not talking crazy to Irv, because Irv just closed the deal. You know, God bless him, he's making money. But he tried to take shots at the wrong dude to get his little street cred off of Joe Crack. Don't do that, okay? Oh my God. Yo, Irv, stop, right? You're a producer. Whatever Irv has with Ashanti is 20 years old, right? And so I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul. But when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it felt like he's not over the young lady, right? And so also we didn't know that they was fucking, right? Because the whole time, I'm there. What's Love, Big Pun Record, on tour. I never seen them together like that. Now I'm not saying they wasn't. They was. Or there was rumors they was. I never seen it. But I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Right? Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You got to say your truth in your documentary. But to go to Drink Champs and keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting. Guys, I'm not going to be the one, I'm not the guy, to stand up for the brother that I'm not. The Ja Rule was standing right next to him. And so I'm not going to be that guy, right? But, I'm not telling stories about a girl I was with 20 years ago. In fact, I hope you die. Fuck you, bitch.
It's August 10th, 2022, and Irv Gotti appears on 97.9 The Box and says Fat Joe isn't his friend.
Speaking of that, one of your longtime friends yesterday goes by the name of Fat Joe. He called you a sucker for talking about all of this stuff 20 years later. How you feel about that? I know you saw it.
Yeah, I feel like he fooled me. He's not my friend.
Whoa.
I was fooled, but in life you get fooled. But you know what? He said,
What? They don't want you to say
listen,
that?
but in life, forget Joe, because they don't want me to talk about Joe.
Okay,
so I'm
okay.
talking about Joe. I'm talking about life, right? And in life, everyone goes through friends, people who you thought was your friend. I'm not talking about Joe. Let me talk. So in life, I've had countless friends come and go. But you know what remains consistent and why I get through all of this?
Why?
My family. Because I don't really need friends. I don't really need friends. I'm more than content with going home and spending time with my mom. Like, I'm a weird dude like that. I guess that's weird, right? I'd rather be at home with my mom, laughing and joking, and with my brothers and sisters. It's something that my mother used to say, because I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, right? So it was the crack epidemic, everything. So my mother used to always say when I was a little boy, don't play with nobody. Play with your brothers and sisters, because it was safe. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of like stuck with me. But that also, I accept people and I embrace people as my family. Everyone who's around me, who's my close friends, I deem my family. You know what I'm saying? That they're my extended family. So friends, it happens. They come and go. People may be jealous of you on the low. I just signed a deal for $300 million. I know certain people who's my friends, my so-called friends, they may be mad at that. They maybe have some jealousy and envy with that. And that's cool. We ain't got to be friends no more. I'm totally fine with my immediate family. I don't need any new friends or any old friends who pretended they was my friends, but they revealed themselves. They're not my friends.
It's August 16, 2022, and Fat Joe goes live on Instagram and calls Irv Gotti his brother.
Irv Gotti said, I'm no longer his friend. And he's correct, because I'm his brother. And I love him, I love his entire family, I love his mother, I love his sisters, I love his brothers, I love his sons. I love them all. And so sometimes brothers check each other. That's the furthest I'm gonna go.
It's August 23rd, 2022, and BET releases the Murder, Inc. documentary Episode 3, where they detail how What's Love was created.
So then around this time, Ray Calvin was the president of Atlantic, so he was calling me. He wanted a hit for Fat Joe. And Fat Joe's already my man. So I was like, boom.
I'm sleeping, 3 a.m, phone ring. Yo, what's up? Yo, come to the Hit Factory. I'm like, yo, Irv, it's 3:30 in the morning. Come, I got something for you. Me and my wife go down there, and it comes on.
It was the first beat I made with Chink Santana.
I met Irv. He came to the studio 6-7 times. He walked straight past, boop. He don't look, don't speak, don't nothing. Just start touching shit. I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna take this dude.
I believe we was watching What's Love Got to Do with It on the television. Rule was smoking the blunts. I got the hook. I said, what's the hook, Rule? What's love? So when Rule referenced the hook, Ashanti, she's sitting there. So we put Ashanti on the record. So we put her on What's Love.
It was my first #1 hit. And the next thing you know, we went double platinum. Also, what helped was when we did the spring break, where I went topless. You know what I'm saying? First time they seen the Fat Boy topless up there.
It's October 4th, 2022, and Fat Joe is on The Breakfast Club defending Ashanti. Joe says he loves Irv, and Irv helped him during a time no one wanted to help him, and he will never forget that. But Ashanti is his sister, and maybe IG wasn't the right place to call out Irv, but he got angry seeing his sister get disrespected. It's October 12, 2022, and Fat Joe says he squashed the beef with Irv Gotti.
Ja Rule, Irv Gotti.
Yes.
I saw Irv Gotti for the first time. Yo, listen. I saw Irv Gotti for the first time. And let me tell you something. Love is something incredible. I seen him and I kissed him right in his forehead. He was sitting down. I walked up to him, I kissed him in his forehead. Do you know a kiss in the forehead is the most honest kiss you can give? Did you ever know that? You could Google that. The most honest kiss is in the forehead. God wanted it like that. I walk and I immediately see Irv. I kiss him in the forehead and I said, I love you. Nobody loves you more than me. And you can see he normally would argue with somebody, but he looked at me like, okay, like fuck it. Yeah. I get it, Joe. You love me. You know what I'm saying? That you know, it's my brother and I love him, man. I love John, love Chris. And that's how that happened right there, man. I seen my brother, I kissed him in the forehead, let him know I love you. And so when you tell a person I love you, and you show them, but you show, there's really nothing they can do. They just know you really love them.
It's October 18, 2022, and Chris Gotti does an interview with Hip Hop Is Real and talks Fat Joe versus Irv Gotti.
Your kids is gonna be hearing Ja Rule records. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the difference. And that's what, what Irv was saying with Joe. He was like, man, they're not on the same level. And he said, no disrespect to Joe. He said, but they're not the same. Why would Joe think anything other than that? Because of the 50 shit? Man, don't do that, homie. You better than that. You better than that.
Last two questions.
That's not even real to me. Yeah. Because that's the only answer I could come up with that he got upset about. Because Irv didn't do nothing. Irv and Ashanti relationship is Irv and Ashanti relationship. Unless he's fucking Ashanti, which I know he's not. Because then he could have a feeling. Then another man can have a feeling about your relationship with another woman. Yeah. Because he's fucking. And I know that's not the case, so it's like, come on, what you doing? So it had to be he was upset, Irv's comment about verses, which is super sucker shit. I'll use his words. Saying that shit was sucker shit. Yeah, I got you. It's like you don't do that if you family, you call. You want ratings, you do it like that. Not public. You go public. You want to do something like that, I could shit on any famous nigga by myself. Public in one-on-one, but I would never go public with it. I could talk anywhere I want to anyone like this as a man. I'm not going on the gram and do that, not to my family. So he was upset because Irv said, I don't fuck with Joe no more. It's not my friend. He said, oh, we family don't do what you did. It's like, come on, man. I know all of Joe's people out there when his daughter was born. Yeah. Saying, it's like, what you doing, man? You put yourself right with the other suckers. That's what you did, and that shit to me is corny. I told you, I don't condone any corny shit, no matter who it is. When Irv is dead wrong, I call that nigga on. It don't matter. Actually, when I heard his interview with Joe, it's what made me go listen to Irv's fucking interview to see what he said, so I could check the nigga.
Yeah, okay.
He's speaking his truths and what he did with Ashanti. Why you catching it like that? And then camouflaging it behind that. That's something, that's wrong, homie. Don't do that, Joe.
It's November 9th, 2022, and Fat Joe is on Red Table Talk defending Ashanti.
Somebody had asked me, why'd you jump out and defend Ashanti like that? Now I love that you did that. But listen, this guy who's a friend of mine, he said, yo, you Ashanti?
See, that's what I'm saying, Joe.
I'm sitting here like flabbergasted. Like this was like, blasphemy or something, right? Because she's been my sister 20-something years. Right, Irv, my brother, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love him. He came for me at a time of my life. I'm not trying to disrespect Irv. I'm talking about the situation.
That's right.
With somebody I considered one of my brothers was like, yo, I'm like, are you crazy? Like, that's my sister. And then I noticed when I started telling him that's my sister, his whole face calmed down and said, wow, she really is his sister.
Yeah.
Like, I seen the whole face change, and he was like, oh, it ain't.
But for you, Joe, it might seem normal.
Me personally, I give no perv vibes.
Right. Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
J-Lo's my sister. She never saw me look at her ass when the whole world was talking about her ass.
Right.
None of my girlfriends, my wife's friends, none of them get that vibe.
It's November 10th, 2022, and Fat Joe admits he was wrong about Irv Gotti.
And you gotta manage. What might have been wrong is me doing it on IG. Could have been a phone call, or something, but I saw that and it got me really, really upset. And, and I responded. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the type of respect I got for Irv Gotti and his family, his mother, his sisters, his sons. I know it's awkward. I seen his son at the Knicks game. They used to run up and hug me. I'm like, yo, and he was like, yo, he still got the yo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a little different because, they might feel like, yo, he dissed my father or whatever the case, but I love his father. I love his whole family. I love their unit. I love how they stay together. It's a tight family.
It's November 15th, 2022, and Fat Joe releases his memoir, The Book of Jose, which features stories about his life, including a section where he speaks about Irv Gotti and how Irv saved him at a point when he needed it the most. Fat Joe describes this part of the book as making Irv look like a god, and that prior to What's Love, Joe was on his knees begging for an opportunity to prove his worth in the music business again. It's August 9th, 2023, and 50 Cent brings out Fat Joe to perform in Brooklyn while on his final lap tour. As Fat Joe is exiting the stage, 50 reappears and performs the song Window Shopper, which the original version was a diss to Ja Rule, Jadakiss, and Joe.
Yeah, watch this shit, y'all. Now you're gonna move my feet. Watch this.
It's August 19, 2023, and Irv Gotti is back on Drink Champs and says Fat Joe is no longer his brother.
Fat Joe was my brother.
Right.
I do not feel Fat Joe is my brother anymore. Yeah, and I'm like, I guess it's a cancer trait. Some people will call it
it's a sign you're talking about cancer? Okay.
Because once you show me who you are,
right,
or you speak negatively about me,
right,
it's over.
But his defense, right?
His defense and Ja's defense is they do shows with Ashanti and that's little sis or whatever. But Rule will never come out and say Gotti's a sucker.
Right.
Like, Fat Joe, you call.
Yo, we should talk about the great.
Hold on. Let me get this thing. Listen, Fat Joe said, Gotti's a sucker.
I didn't think he's calling you a sucker. I thought he
what you mean?
The situation.
He said, Joe, Gotti, he's a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pull back and regress from that.
Right.
Because if I was to go respond or anything with that, it could get crazy.
Right. But then he also said you was his brother. I think he apologized to you.
He didn't apologize. It was on some like, if I'm your brother, I should be able to tell you when you're wrong. But my thing is like, nigga, you don't
ever get one call first?
No. So my thing is like, nigga, you don't even know what went on with me and Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say anything is crazy because you don't know what the hell went on with me and her. Rule knew he was there, and then you know what I'm saying. That's why all my niggas, they never said nothing or whatever like that. But it's all good.
Y'all did see each other and y'all spoke. I seen a picture with y'all somewhere. That's true, right? Y'all did see each other, right? You and Joe.
Yeah, we probably seen each other. I don't know about all that speaking.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all.
I don't need you, nigga. I'm a sucker. You need to get away from me.
It's August 23rd, 2023, and Cuban Link does an interview with the best interviewer, Panda Chop, saying Irv Gotti saved Fat Joe's career.
Do you think that Irv is mad, though, at him because he has squashed the beef with 50 and they've gotten closer? Do you think that's one of the...
Of course he is. Of course he is. That nigga Irv probably saved... Irv and Ja Rule saved his whole career after Pun passed. He gave him what's love got to do with it. You know what I'm saying? All of that. And wrote the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
because you got Ja Rule's ad-libs in the background for the chorus and everything.
Yeah, of course. That was Ja Rule. That was Murder Inc. right there all day.
It's January 2024, and Fat Joe goes live to take credit for putting Ashanti back with Nelly.
We brought back Ashanti and Nelly. They look so happily ever after. So the other day, Ashanti FaceTimed me with Nelly. They were like, hey, bro, this, that. And you remember they had the rumor she was pregnant. So I immediately told him I need 10% of this kid. Because if it wasn't for Versus that I brought Nelly out, me against Ja Rule, that's when they saw each other and that energy connected again. That's when he said, I gotta have her. Now he was over there contemplating. He really want to go over there, but he was contemplating, and my brother Mayor was like, yo bro, what the fuck you waiting for? So he goes over there and that starts the conversation.
It's April 6, 2024, and Chris Gotti does an interview with We Are Flatbush talking about a confrontation he had with Fat Joe, saying Joe was wrong for criticizing Irv Gotti publicly instead of calling him, and that was the real sucker move. And he was so loud about his criticism, but whispered his apologies. He confirms Joe is his brother, but he understands why Irv feels how he does. It's June 30th, 2024, and Fat Joe posts a picture with Ashanti and Nelly at her baby shower with the caption, "Today we had a baby shower. I love you, my sister. I'm so happy for y'all guys. God is great." When it comes to this beef, it seems like a brotherhood that had its ups and downs like all relationships do. It does seem like Irv expected more loyalty from Joe because of how he helped his career with the song What's Love. The 50 Cent aspect is always going to be a sensitive topic for Murder Inc. The Ashanti aspect is always going to be a sensitive topic for Irv Gotti. Hopefully these two end up working it out. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop Chronicles. Peace!